Hello everyone. Razorblade Mango here. And today I'm going to be doing my predictions for 2026, but I'm also going to be looking back on the predictions that I made for 2025 and seeing how I did. Similar to last year, I didn't do very well. If I'm being very honest with myself, I never said I was great at these predictions. In fact, I think there was a comment on the last video that said, wow, these are some terrible predictions. And I mean, I can't say that comment was wrong or anything like that, but I'm not gonna bitch out. I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm gonna try my best to make solid predictions. I'm not gonna cop out and try to make it all memey and funny, going, oh, I'm gonna do bad predictions, intentionally bad predictions. Nope, not doing that shit. I'm gonna make 10 actual genuine predictions for 2026, but before I do that, I'm gonna quickly go over the predictions that I made for 2025 and see how I did. So the first one is gonna be PlayStation will re-reveal Fairgames from Haven Studios. Oh boy. It will feature a different aesthetic from its original trailer, be announced as free-to-play, and either have an open beta or be released in early access later in the year. Obviously, that did not happen. I was very wrong about that because outside of Jade Raymond and the game director leaving Haven, PlayStation revealed nothing new about Fairgames. Number 2, PlayStation will close either Firesprite or Media Molecule before the end of the year. Thankfully, I was wrong about that. That did not happen. But Firesprite and Media Molecule are in really weird positions right now within PlayStation's family of studios. I would say Media Molecule might actually be in a safer place than Firesprite is, because Firesprite just, I don't know what they've been doing the last few years. I still just don't know why PlayStation bought them at all, but I don't know. Maybe we'll see their game that's rumored to be the Until Dawn sequel. I don't know. We'll see about that. So number 3, Xbox will announce the long-rumored Oblivion remaster during their annual developer direct, and it will launch later this year. So I got this half right. So I'm still going to consider this a wrong on my part. It did launch later in the year. I believe in April is when it launched, but Xbox did not announced the Oblivion remaster during their annual developer direct. It was actually a shadow drop, despite the multitude of leaks that it had, and it came out and it's Oblivion. It's all fucked up technically, but I hate to say it, but it's still got that charm to it that I unfortunately just can't bring myself to divorce my nostalgic feelings about Oblivion tied to this otherwise fucked up technically game. So anyway, number 4, Fable will be delayed to 2026 due to needing more time in the oven and wanting to avoid GTA 6. I was right about that. Now Fable will have to deal with GTA 6 again in 2026, depending on when it comes out. Hopefully it will come out within the first half of the year so it does not have to compete with GTA 6, but it's going to have to compete with other things. More on Fable later. So number 5, Metroid Prime 4 will be a cross-gen game and a Switch 2 launch title. I was half right about this as well. I'll mark it as a wrong. Metroid Prime 4 was a cross-gen game, but it was not a Switch 2 launch title, which is very surprising for me, but it is what it is. Number 6, Nintendo will sell at least 20 million units of the Switch 2 by the end of 2025. This was wrong. They haven't updated the official release number yet at the time of recording this, but if they do, I'll come back and do an edit. Right now, it has sold 10.36 million units as of September 30th, 2025. And if I'm being honest, I don't think they're going to sell another 10 million units within the final few months of 2025. I just don't see it. I don't think that edit will be necessary. So number 7, GTA 6 will make over $3 billion in less than 24 hours after release. This was obviously wrong because GTA 6 got delayed to May and then it got delayed again to November. And I'm pretty sure it's going to get delayed again to 2027 because that just seems to be what Rockstar does with their titles. Number 8, Tencent will succeed in acquiring more of Ubisoft and the publisher will be taken private. So again, this is another half right. Technically they did acquire more of Ubisoft, but the publisher was not taken private. Instead, Ubisoft did some legal mumbo jumbo where they spun off Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Rainbow Six Siege into their own different separate company. And Tencent has acquired a 25% stake in that, but they still have a separate company within Ubisoft that has the other properties under their umbrella, like Prince of Persia and Rayman and Beyond Good and Evil and all that shit. They mainly just wanted to take the franchises that are big money generators for them and just spin them off to try to do something, because it's Ubisoft. It's Ubisoft. They're fucking awful. Fucking hate them. They shut down tomorrow. I would be perfectly fine with that. Number 9, the next BioShock game from Cloud Chamber will be announced. Dead wrong on this one. The next BioShock game is trapped in development hell, and it's gotten so bad to the point where they failed a milestone check within 2K, and I believe it's the studio founder of Cloud Chamber was fired, and then they brought in Rod Ferguson to get the game back on track. And of course, Rod Ferguson is a massive figure within the industry. He is the guy that gets things across the finish line. He's known to be that throughout the industry. Very talented man. Hopefully he can salvage this, because I know he was brought in, and again, this is the second time he's had to come in and rescue a BioShock game from terrible management. Because look, Ken Levine, talented dude, fucking awful manager, like really fucking awful project manager. Number 10, finally, to my great displeasure, Kingdom Hearts 4 will get a new gameplay trailer, and it will reveal that Star Wars is in the game as a world. Obviously, this was wrong. Outside of some screenshots that we had to bully Square Enix into getting, KH4 did not appear at all this year, even though Square Enix insists that the game's development is going smoothly. Yeah, man. Being a Kingdom Hearts fan is, it's tough work, people. So now I'm going to get into the 10 new predictions I will make for 2026. So number 1, this should not be a surprise to anyone who has followed this channel over the last few years. Fair Games will be canceled, and Haven Studios, and this is the one that's a little bit more risky, Haven Studios will be turned into a cloud/AI support studio within PlayStation. And this is, in my opinion, the only reason why Haven is still around, is because they are primarily a cloud and AI support studio. They have a whole presentation, you guys can go look it up yourselves, where they talk about how they use machine learning to create AI generated monkey masks and fucking George Washington masks and shit like that. And it's like, oh my God, why is this public? This looks so awful. I think Fair Games will be canceled because nobody wants it. It looks like shit. The concept is shit. And the only reason Haven will not be shut down, unlike Concord, is because they actually have some, quote, talent, end quotes, in something else other than game development, which is cloud support, AI support. They'll keep these guys around. They'll fire the creatives, get rid of them, get fucking rid of whoever the hell, whether it was Jade Raymond or the game director, whoever came up with this terrible concept for this game. Get them the fuck out of here. Get them out of here. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. So number 2, I will give at least 2 of PlayStation's State of Play presentations this year a B- or higher letter grade, because the last few sucked. This have been terrible. And I'm not talking about single game ones, because those tend to be pretty good. I'm talking about the multi-game ones where they announce the third party and the first party stuff. This year, I will like at least 2 of them. And at the end of the presentation, I'll give my letter grade, and if it's a B- or higher, cool. I'll take a good one at this point, because the last 2 have been some of the worst ones they've done since this whole State of Play format was created. It was just shit. Number 3, Xbox will announce Spyro the Dragon 4, developed by Toys for Bob, at their annual summer showcase. This to me is such an obvious, Easy fucking W that Xbox has in their back pocket. Knowing Xbox, they might find a way to fuck this up, but Toys for Bob are a very talented studio. Match made in heaven for them to work on the next Spyro the Dragon game, and it was leaked via, I think, an ex-employee at Toys for Bob that they were working on a Spyro the Dragon sequel. So please God be announced this year. Please God look good. I have confidence in Toys for Bob that it will be good. Number 4, Fable will be a massive success, both with gamers and critics, and receive a Game of the Year nomination at the Game Awards. So this might be the most contentious one, because there seems to be this growing, I don't know about resentment, I think that might be a strong word, but this growing, you know what I mean, the clickbaity, look at this game, look at the ugly woman who's the default protagonist kind of thing to it. I mean, it's like, unfortunately, it's gonna come with a lot of that shit attached to it. Like these fucking annoying grifters have attached themselves to this game like a parasite. But I think Playground will prove people wrong and will actually be a very good game. I'm not saying I will like it, because I haven't liked a Fable game in a very, very long time, probably since 1 or 2, even though it's been many years since I played a Fable game. But I think it will be a success with both gamers and critics, and it will receive a Game of the Year nomination at the Game Awards, because again, I'm convinced that GTA is going to get delayed again, so it will obviously not have that spot there. So I think Fable will be in there as a Game of the Year nomination at the Game Awards. Number 5, the legendary, the man, Shigeru Miyamoto will announce his retirement from Nintendo and the game development scene as a whole. I don't really have anything to go on with this, but I don't know, this is one of those gut things where it's like, I think he's close to kind of going, you know, I'm done. I'm gonna go off into that good night, leave behind a fucking legendary, amazing legacy, and just sit at home and walk around my neighborhood and play guitar and hang out with my family or something like that. You know, Shigeru Miyamoto, he's on record saying that outside of working at Nintendo, he's not really a huge gamer. I love the idea of him just leaving Nintendo and then like taking his Nintendo consoles that he has in his home, just throwing them in the trash, and then just going, finally, I don't have to play these anymore. I can just sit here and play musical instruments and not have to worry about making the next fucking Mario or shepherding Zelda or from Aonuma or anything like that. I love that. That's like a funny image in my head, but I think he's getting there, and there's no shame in retirement. No shame whatsoever. Amazing legacy, legendary figure within the games industry, but it's getting to be that time. So number 6, Nintendo will announce and release the next mainline 3D Mario game before the end of the year. This is the big one where I'm really trying to will this into existence, because I just want to see what the next mainline 3D Mario game is going to be like. I was convinced they were going to do it last year for the Switch 2, and I think it's time. It's like, look, Nintendo, I know you want to make the next 3D Mario game as beautiful and great and fun as you possibly can. Please, God, announce and release this thing. I really want to play it. Number 7, High Guard. Let's talk about that. High Guard will flop very hard, and the game and studio Wildlight Entertainment will be shut down before the end of the year. And this does not bring me any kind of pleasure to say this. Despite me making fun of High Guard and how it was announced, seeing some of the talent that made Titanfall go to waste like this is so depressing for me. And I did more research into this studio because I was curious, and also because of Vincent Pella's very tragic death last year. I looked more into Wildlight, and oh my God, like, you probably could have like heard my heart sink when I found out that one of the major writers behind like some of Call of Duty's best games, best missions, wrote Titanfall 2, is the lead game designer on High Guard. I went, oh, fuck. No. No. Why? Oh my God. You left Respawn for this to write this, and you left Respawn and you're making this instead of reading the room and getting a Titanfall successor out there, like Concord with horses. What the fuck? What? So I think it's gonna flop hard. I think there's a major target on this game's back already. I think it's gonna get memed into the ground, and unfortunately, look, I just think the game and the studio are going to get shut down before the end of the year. I don't think it's going to be like Concord record level failure, because it is a free-to-play game, so there's not that $40 barrier like Concord had. But I don't see good things for Highguard, sadly. So number 8, Studio MDHR will reveal their follow-up to Cuphead, and it will be a new IP with a different art style. Again, this is one of the things that I don't really have anything concrete to go on, but I'd like to will this into existence because I'm recently going through Cuphead again, both on and off stream, and that game is so good, man. Cuphead is so good. If it just didn't have those shitty run and gun levels, I would like it more than I already do, and it's so well animated, and the score for it is such a banger. Studio MDHR are so talented, and I can't wait to see what they're going to do with their next game. I hope it's not a Cuphead game. I want them to do something completely different with a different art style. This, again, will this into existence. I want to see what they're going to do next. And speaking of willing something into existence, number 9, Persona 6 will finally be revealed. Sega, Atlus, it's time, okay? Like, we all know it's coming. We all know you're working on Persona 4 Revival or whatever the hell it's called. You did Metaphor ReFantazio, very good game. That's great and all. Where is Persona 6? Seriously, where is Persona 6? I want it. I need it. I need Persona 6 right now. Please give me Persona 6. Let me see it, please. And finally, I'm gonna pull a twist on you guys, because normally I've had a running joke the last 2 years be like, Kingdom Hearts 4 is going to be announced and Star Wars will be in it. Not this year. This year, for the final prediction, we will get a trailer for Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 before we get one for Kingdom Hearts 4. Now, I'm not saying Kingdom Hearts 4 won't be shown in 2026. I want that to happen. And I think there's a fair shot that could happen. But knowing Square Enix, especially knowing Tetsuya Nomura, and his weird, wacky development timelines that he does, and the fact that Missing Link was canceled, so now they're gonna have to find a way to take the lore from that I assume was necessary to understanding parts of KH4 and find a way to get that out into the public consciousness and have the fan base learn the stuff from that. And it's like, unless they want to patch in cutscenes into Kingdom Hearts 4 to awkwardly shoehorn in more lore that people didn't know about, I don't know how they're gonna do that, but I really just think we're gonna get a trailer for FF7 Remake Part 3 before we get one for KH4. Those are my 10 predictions for 2026. Hopefully I'll get some right, especially the stuff that has to do with willing certain games into existence. But anywho, let me know what you guys think, and thank you all for watching. I'll catch you all later. Goodbye.